So this is part two, obviously. So that's basically what happened in that, and obviously she was really pissed off. She gave me all the reasons under the world, like how much of a jerk I was, and all these steps of how many things I've done wrong within the relationship, and how I'm never going to change. And I explained to her like everything that I've done, over the course of these months and months and, well, 8 months or 7 months, however long it's been, of me taking these changes and stepping back, and completely changing the things. And she 100% like just blasted me of everything that that I've done wrong, and how much of an a-hole I was, and how she knows that I still love her, this, that, and the other, and how she's never going to go away. And she gave me an ultimatum of coming back to her, and I basically told her, I was like, look, I'm never going to come back to you, but, I felt it necessary for us to have this conversation because I know how it feels to have open end, and not having any closure, so I deemed it necessary for us to communicate, or try to communicate fairly, because I felt it as a nice person and as a genuine person, just to have a little bit of closure and to communicate as to why I did the things that I did in the course of our relationship, and why I chose to leave the relationship. But for her, she just wasn't hearing it at that time. And, it was what it is. And, as a narcissist, or let me rephrase, as an ex-narcissist, that was what it was. Within my change, I debated it for a while, reaching out and shutting that door finally, and giving her peace and quiet, like everyone that I've ever hurt and everyone that, I've ever lied to or had any communication with or anything like that. Every single person, within the course of the therapy and things like that, I've contacted, and I've basically faced the heat with every single one of them and said, hey, these are the things that I've done wrong to you. These are the things that I've lied to you about, and I apologize. And pretty much every single person, has said, wow, thank you for doing those things, or thank you for coming to me and saying those things to me. I appreciate that, and ironically, and the narcissists that are listening, listen to what I'm about to say. The people that I contacted and said those things to, ironically, they told me, when I told them I lied to you about this, this, and this, they told me that they already knew I was lying about those things. Ironically. So as a narcissist, when you're lying about topics and things, you're not really getting away with anything. The people that you're not being honest with, chances are they already know the truth anyways. You're just putting up a front, and these people like you enough that they're not going to call you out on it. So it's probably better just to communicate and tell the freaking truth. Like I've said, from all of these podcasts, it's better just to be you and to be honest, because keeping up with lies become exhausting. You can't keep up with them, because you're going to tell one lie to catch another lie, then another lie to save another lie, then another lie to save another lie. And before you know it, the lie story is so big that you don't even know what the first lie was. And then somebody's going to ask you a question about the first lie, and you're not going to know anything. But they're going to remember it, and then you're going to look like a fool with a pie in the face, when the truth probably was better than the lie you told in the first freaking place. And honestly, like I said the whole time, folks, the narcissists that are listening, it's better to be yourself and not to give up a fake freaking front, because the people that you really want around you are the people you can be yourself around without this fake persona, without all the bull crap, without all the lies, without the huffing and puffing, without all the extra salt and pepper stuff and the glitter, the gold. All that stuff is just fluff, and all that stuff is going to get exposed anyways down the end of the line, And at the end of the day, If somebody's only around you because you're making yourself out to be better and have more, those aren't the people you really want around you anyways. Just take it from my experience. The people that you really want around you are going to accept you as you are regardless. Those are the good core group, the serious people that you want around you. That's 100% what matters, and for the non-narcissists that are listening, that are dealing with the narcissist, you can tell them that I'm right. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm 100% right that, it doesn't matter what you have, to the right people. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive. It doesn't matter what brand clothes are on your back. It doesn't matter how much money's in your wallet. I think what really is important is the person that you are on the inside. It really matters if you get up and work hard every single day, if you're making an honest living, if you're taking care of your responsibilities, and you're genuinely a good person. That's all that really matters. And, to most people. And if that doesn't matter to the people you're around, maybe you need to do a friend check, and start recalibrating the group of people that's around you. But anyways, back to the communication aspect of things. And after me and my ex communicating, she was obviously super pissed off. And and I was just like, I'm really, really, really sorry. The intent of our conversation was not to draw up ill feelings or bad blood, or for things to make her feel bad or for me to feel bad. I just wanted to provide a little bit of closure, and to basically say, hey, for everything that I've done wrong, I'm sorry. That's it. And I forgive you for everything that you've done wrong to me. But I want you to know that there's absolutely zero chance that we're ever going to get back together. There's no possibility. There's absolutely no chance. Move on with your life and be happy. That's what I want you to do. Go be with someone else. Go be by yourself, whatever, but be happy. That's all I wish on you is happiness. So back to communication is the communication part is super important, because as a narcissist, when you're dealing with narcissists, let me rephrase that. When dealing with a narcissist, the communication is important, because when we try to communicate with each other, we have to understand that everything that the narcissist has done, which is me or us as narcissists, everything that we've done as narcissists, we can't constantly be reminded of everything that we've done wrong. And what I've found out over time is with my current ex is there's absolutely no grounds, no bounds, for any communication between us, because it's constantly a reminder of everything that I've done wrong. And regardless of how much I try to communicate with her and say, hey, what exactly did you want, and how did I try everything that you wanted from me, or everything that you said wrong, that was wrong with me. I've corrected and I've provided you proof with, what else did you want? And there's been absolute silence. And I think a lot of that has to do with, I was convinced that at first, it was, I hurt her so badly. That's why she's absolutely silent about that. But also at the same time, I'm realizing now that as time passed or passes and things are coming more into focus for me, is it's not that, I did all these things to hurt her per se so much, is that she just doesn't care anymore. And as a narcissist, that's a big important thing to accept and to swallow. When someone just doesn't care, you have to accept what is, and realize that, as far as communication, we don't have the communication that me and her, we don't communicate as well as we should, because she knows that everything that she can say to me, I've given stone cold proof and evidence as to where she's 100% wrong, and the changes that I've made. Like everything that she said beforehand, she was 100% right. But now, current event, she's completely wrong. She's got no ground to stand on. But, as the narcissist, you have to accept people for where they are and how they feel. You can't push anything. You just have to accept situations for what they are, and the loss is what the loss is. Whatever it may be, you just have to assume your responsibility and realize that, hey, you know what? Maybe this person didn't love me. The same thing I told my ex, I tell myself, maybe she just didn't love me. And that's a big pill to swallow. You can absolutely love someone to death and them not wouldn't care about you at all. It happens all the time. And maybe I'm in that situation. Maybe you guys are in that situation. Maybe the people that are dealing with narcissists, maybe you are 100% in love with that person, and maybe this narcissist doesn't love you. And that's a big pill to swallow. Maybe this narcissist isn't changing because they don't love you. But on the other aspect, maybe this narcissist is changing because they do love you. Maybe this narcissist didn't realize they were a narcissist because they didn't love themselves. And that's part of the thing that was the issue with me, was I didn't love myself. I was lying to myself every single day that I woke up. Every single day I put my clothes on. Every single day I looked in the mirror, I was telling myself a lie. Until I lost the woman I love. And I absolutely cherished. And that woke me up and to say, you know what? I'm doing something wrong. I did something wrong. It's me. It's in my chemical DNA. It's my addiction, my lies. My things destroy this. It may be, it may have been, it may not have been. But it helped me realize that I needed to make a change. And as I sit here right now today, I know that I'm a better person. My family knows that I'm a better person. My friends know that I'm a better person. And the funny thing is that when my ex sends out messages to my family about, oh, you don't know who Rob is, and this, that, he did this, he does that, and all these things, my family actually doesn't respond for one simple fact is months and months and months ago, I've already came clean to my family about all the things that I've done to her. And my family actually has been a part of my recovery process. And my family sees the things that have been done, that I've changed within myself. So when she goes out to lash out and bash, my family doesn't respond because they know that's not the person I am anymore. That's the person I was. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, you have to remember that you're dealing with a new person. It's almost like they're hitting the reset button, and if you're cutting somebody off, and they're coming back to you a different person, or claiming to be different, you have to understand that they are different probably. They're coming to you changed, different. No different than a person going to jail, and coming back years and years later. It's something in them is going to be different. Either they're going to have a different swagger, either they're going to be a little bit hardened, either they're going to have a different outlook on life, either they're going to be closer to God or whatever religion they have, things are going to be a little bit different. So for me, guys, just try to communicate as best as you can. It just, at the end of the day, just try to be good people to one another. This world, when I read the news and all this stuff, I just see so many cruel things happening to one another. We just have to remember to be decent human beings to each other. I think that's going to resolve a ton of our problems, amongst each other. Just love, live, and be happy, and as narcissists, try to work it out. You'll get through this. Love you all. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.